Hey friends, so it's been a long gap between the last video and this one, and I apologize for not keeping you in the loop, but it was kind of one of those things where I just got to a certain point where I needed a break. There was a lot going on, and I'm going to catch you all up right now. So welcome back. First things first, Rollins and I are good, all is well, and I'm sorry for the big gap in videos. I know the last one was pretty much Death Valley with Barry. While I was hanging out with Barry, I more or less got confirmation that my employment at the time was ending. I basically was given enough notice that I was pretty much okay until the end of April, but it turned out to be mid-April that everything kind of ended. And after that, Rollins and I decided, yeah, the dog's making decisions again. I decided to take us through Tonopah and then Eli and then north into Utah. That was crazy. The weather was like winter. It was the beginning of April and the weather was just crazy. Almost ran out of gas between, Tonopah and Eli. So if you're ever going that way, I believe it's the, I can't remember the highway now. 96? 6? I can't remember. Been too long. I'm getting old. But anyways, if you're heading that direction, north from Tonopah to Eli, make sure you gas up in Tonopah, especially if you're towing something, because, I mean, in a small car, you're going to be fine, but towing, yeah. If it wasn't for the one truck stop off the beaten path, I would have been in trouble. So we made it to Eli, and then from there we went to Wendover, and thanks to Campendium, I found a pretty cool spot on the edge of the Bonnyville Salt Flats. So we hung out there for a while. While we were there, the weather started to change a little bit, and it got crazy windy. We were in a bit of a, like, we weren't out on the total flat part of the salt flats. We were up against the mountains, and we were actually in a cove, and apparently the wind was coming from the other side of like the hill most days. But there was a certain point where it got so windy that I was inside, and the trailer moved so much from a gust of wind that I came out and checked it, and sure enough, it was literally shifted over on the blocks. The front feet of the trailer had shifted over. I decided right then, okay, hooking it up to the truck so that it's more stable. Raised it up a little bit, backed up the truck, and before I could even get it lined up, another gust of wind came, pushed it right off the blocks, dropped it on the truck. So that was kind of the final straw. It was like the straw that broke the camel's back, so to speak. I just needed to get back here to Canada, find a place to hunker down and kind of regroup. So that's essentially what we did. There was 3 or 4 days of long drives. Got into Alberta, found this spot, got settled in. 3 or 4 days in, it snowed like 8-10 inches. So while the snow was melting and the dog's getting muddy feet, I kind of slipped into a dark place. I didn't really want to, I didn't want to talk to anybody, let alone the camera. So I did kind of just, I don't know, not curl up in a fetal position, but there was some times where I'm just like, what the am I doing? Pardon my language. Granted, there's some little graces that I'm very, very thankful for. Rollins is amazing. So he's a dog. He's got to go out and have a walk 3-4 times a day. So, you know, the snow is melting. It's muddy as hell. We'd go for a walk. I got mud sticking to the bottom of my boots, etc., etc. I don't really know where else to go. This spot is free. We'll touch on that in a minute. But I mean, we'd go out, come back. He'd have mud caked all over his paws. He's not going in the trailer like that. So there's snow on the ground, and I'm throwing a stick into the water where he'd jump in up to his, haunches, get wet, but it was enough to get the mud off his feet. So then I'd scoot him along onto the mat here and towel him off. We'd get inside, turn the heater on, and I'd warm him up, dry him off. But that's the things. Those are the things you just deal with doing this, right? Normally, like we've had other times where it's rained and got muddy, and it's like, whatever. We got it down pat now. It's not a big deal. But back then, it was just like my headspace was just not there. So that's why, that was the main reason I just didn't record any video or didn't do anything. The weather's starting to pick up, although it's spring in the prairies, and it can go from a day like this to full-on thunderstorms with lightning within a matter of an hour. So it's been off and on. There's been a few of those, but we're okay. We're hunkered down and camped out, and I am now looking at the next chapter of this adventure and I guess, my existence. So that said, we got back here. I'm unemployed. I decided to bite the bullet and pay for a marketing course to learn some skills, new skills. I mean, what I was doing with this other client, social media management, to manage their website, to manage their inventory on their website, did the WordPress updates, all this kind of stuff. That's what I do. I've been doing this stuff for 20 years. I started freelancing in '98 when the internet was still new and you could actually charge a chunk of money for a website. But times change, things evolve. And so I decided to evolve a little bit too, and I took this course in online marketing and lead generation, and essentially now I'm hunkering down here trying to line up some clients and work with them getting their more customers for their high ticket services. As an example, a dentist might be wanting more Invisalign or invisible braces clients. The birds are yelling at me. And I can help them by advertising for those, get more of those clients, which, because they're a little more high end or high ticket, those clients pay for my services, multiple times over, and the dentist is happy because he's, after he's paid me, he's still making much more money than he was prior to hiring somebody to help him with the marketing. So that's what I'm working at. While I was doing that, I got to a certain point where I still needed to do something creative. I haven't been shooting a lot, weather dependent and that kind of thing, photography wise. But I started, getting the itch to just design graphics and that kind of thing a little more. And back in, way back, I was really interested in, doing t-shirts, funny slogans on t-shirts, that kind of thing. Just the tongue-in-cheek fun stuff. Gifts for friends and family. If somebody's retiring, you buy them a cheesy t-shirt or whatever it might be, right? So after I kind of unwind and have some dinner, I've been starting to design more and more. And basically I found numerous places where I could create a design, put it into a print-on-demand shop, and then from there I can send it to Amazon, and I can send it to eBay and that kind of thing. I might integrate into a Shopify store, and I've been cranking out some crazy designs, mugs and t-shirts mainly, but I am working at basically creating at least 15 designs a week. Just silly ideas, tongue-in-cheek ideas. A sound man friend of mine had somebody post a little thing on his, like a meme on his Facebook page, and I instantly went in, designed it up as a t-shirt, sent it to him just in case he wanted a t-shirt of it. That kind of thing. I've taken the cartoon logo of Rollins and I for Wayne on the Road. You can now have that on various items, whether it's a t-shirt or a mug or whatever. If you're interested in any of those things that I'm talking about, I will have all the links to that stuff in the description of this video. So if you want to check it out, what I've been writing in the store description is, I'm relating it all to Wayne on the Road. So it's Wayne on the Road with Rollins the Wander Dog, and basically the stores are titled Wander Dog Swag. And I'm just basically saying, help keep the boys' treat jar full, because that's all I'm doing. I'm not expecting, to make millions off of these, but if you see something that's cool, that makes you laugh, buy a t-shirt, buy a mug, whatever, and help keep the boys' treat jar full. So in addition to the print-on-demand stuff, I have something that I got printed while I was in Arizona, I believe. Stickers and coasters. One sticker is $5. If all you want is just one sticker, $5. That includes shipping. If you want 2 stickers, I'll throw in a coaster. 2 stickers and a coaster, $8. Then if you want 2 and 2, $10. And I'll put them in an envelope and with a little piece of cardboard. They're good. There'll be a PayPal link or button somehow, figure it out in the description of this video. Okay, so what's left? Plans for the future. Before I found out about my job, I bought tickets to Burning Man. My family on Vancouver Island is having a reunion the first week of August. I'm trying to get out there for that, and then hopefully hang around the island for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, then basically just take the truck, catch the ferry, head down to Burning Man. That's the loose plan. Now, a lot of this is hinging on whether or not I start landing some clients with the marketing stuff. Because if I don't, I might still be here come August. I'm hoping not to be, but I'm not about to be gallivanting around, burning through gas. Gas here is not too bad. Gas in BC is ridiculous. So I'm just kind of hunkered down until I kind of get, the flow of income coming in again. Once that starts to happen, then I'm going to reassess and figure out the timing of things. Aside from that, Rollins and I are hanging out here at Severn Dam because why not? It's beautiful. Weekends get a little bit busier. There's lots of fishermen come and go because it's a fishing reservoir. They actually, since we've been here, we saw the truck a couple times come and stock it up with the little fingerlings. As you could probably have heard, there's birds everywhere. And we even have a group of pelicans that I don't ever remember seeing up here. And the fish are jumping. So there's worse spots to be. Other than that, here we are. I'll keep you updated. The next video will be all about this area. So if you're interested in where this is and what's entailed or whatever as far as boondocking goes, I'm going to do a short video about Severn Dam. And from that, I don't really know after that. So we'll see. I'll keep you posted, and I'll try not to leave it as many weeks as this has been. So as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, click the button. Don't be afraid to give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Yeah, check out the pelicans.
It's like working with a monkey.